Yo, what's up everybody? It's Connor from Unscripted, back with another video. In today's video, I'm giving an odds breakdown and predictions and bets for today's matches, day 4 of the Florida home series, and as always, we are doing things off the script. Yesterday's picks went pretty well. Unfortunately, I had an issue with my account where I was not actually able to place the bets. Very unfortunate, but as you see on screen, it was a pretty good day. Toronto minus 1.5 and Toronto winning map 1 hardpoint against London. That covered. I was pretty confident in that one. Optic minus 1.5 and winning the control did not cover, unfortunately. They had a pretty good go at it in the control, but they kind of choked it away a little bit and lost, so they did not. That one did not cover. The first part did, but the control part did not. And then Minnesota beating Seattle outright and also winning the control, and that one covered a little bit narrowly. I guess the control was 3-2, so it was a little closer than I would have liked, but either way, it covered. It was a good day, 2 out of 3, and we were moving on to today. So I think yesterday's video was pretty well received, got a decent amount of views, got some likes and a comment or two, so definitely appreciate all of that. If you enjoy this video and you're enjoying the betting videos, leave a comment down below, let me know if you enjoy it, let me know how you're feeling about them. Leave a like as well and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content from me, in this sort of area. I really would appreciate it all. It does mean a lot to me as I look for new ways to grow this channel out. So here we go, day 4 of the Florida home series. Let's see if we can have another good day today. First match of the day, we have the home team, Florida Mutineers, against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. Again, these stats are from stage 3 onward. I think next week I will do just stage 4, but I think the sample size still for some of these teams is a bit too small to use just stage 4 for now. So this is stage 3 and on. And as you see, Florida, they're better all around. That's not really that much of a surprise. They are better at hardpoint. LIG, not a good respawn team. A little bit better at search, which might be a little bit of a surprise, but Florida's sort of coming on lately in search, getting a little bit better in that mode, and it's really showing in their results. They're playing better across the board as a result of that. And they also have the edge in control. Well, that's not saying a whole lot because neither of these two teams are very good at control, as you see there. So I'm looking over here at the odds, and we have... I'll just show them my picks right away. Why not? We'll just put the picks up there. So I have Florida minus 1.5, which is minus 125. I think that's very good value. That's why I'm not putting any parlay together with this one. I'm just doing 2 separate picks because I don't want to ruin a good value there by doing a parlay that doesn't work out. So I like Florida minus 1.5 a lot. I think I could see LIG winning a search. I don't think it's going to happen, as you see by my second pick there, but it definitely could happen. So I'm not going to think they can win more than that, basically. So I like the value a lot with minus 1.5. Because could I see him winning a search? Sure. Do I see him winning a respawn? No, I don't. I guess they could steal the control, but I'm just not betting. I'm betting against it, as you see. So minus 125 there. Then also I would throw maybe a small bet on Florida, just 3-0ing them. That's plus 250. I think that's pretty good odds there too, because Florida is favored in every map, as I have here. They're narrow favorites in the search, but they are favorites. So they could easily just sweep this series outright. Again, maps sort of depend, so you don't always want to bet before you know the map pool, but I like Florida 3-0. I like the value anyway. Maybe it won't work out, but it's decent value in my opinion. So I like them at 3-0, and definitely that minus 1.5 at minus 125 odds. Very, very interesting. Hopefully I can get my account set up and working for these matches today, because I really like that one a lot. Hopefully I can place that bet. I think that should be more like minus 160, minus 170 or more in my opinion. That's a very, very generous odds there. So definitely be all over that if you're going to follow any of these picks today. That's one that I definitely recommend. Moving on to map 2 of the day, we have the LA Thieves versus the Atlanta FaZe in an important matchup for seeding in Group A. LA coming off that really disappointing loss to the Paris Legion, which they need some wins. They need to get back into that potential winners bracket out of Group A. There's still plenty of time, of course, but they really need to bounce back from that really rough loss. Not a good team to do it against, though. The Atlanta FaZe, of course, the best team in the game right now. I think 4 of the 5 best individual talents in the game, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but 4 of the top 6 or 7 or 8 for sure. Just so much talent on this team, the teamwork, everything. They're just so good. We all know that. I don't have to talk about how good FaZe is. And you see the records sort of show that too. So since the start of Stage 3, which I don't think that's honestly that applicable for LA Thieves just because of their roster moves. So really, it's just kind of hard to get a gauge in this team because of how many roster moves they've had. But anyway, that's just what I did. So it's Stage 3. Hardpoint's not so good for them. They are only 7-12 in hardpoint since the start of Stage 3. FaZe 13-9, also their weakest mode. Search, FaZe 66, 2/3 win percentage. LA Thieves barely over 500 in that. They are over 500, but not by much. And then control, pretty quality from both these teams. FaZe, of course, I think right now, if you want to give Toronto the edge, I guess you could, but FaZe is definitely a top 2 control team in the CDL. There's really no denying that. They're really good at that mode. They're good at all modes. That's just how they are. So, throw my picks for this one. I actually am going to parlay this one. I'm going to do FaZe minus 1.5, and then also FaZe winning map 2, the search. So FaZe minus 1.5 is only minus 170. I mean, I guess that's not like crazy good value. That's why I'm not playing it by itself, but I think it's decent value. I mean, I think they're gonna, I can see the LA Thieves winning a map maybe, but I really don't see them winning 2 maps. And if you do want to play FaZe winning 3-0, that is plus 225. So that's decent value there. Nothing crazy though. But Atlanta winning map 2 was surprising to me because that is only, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. They're only minus 165 on the search, which is does not really make the most sense to me. That is like their lowest odds to win any of these. And I guess you can make the argument that LA Thieves a little better at search with TJ in there. So maybe that's why, even though the record's not that good, they can still have a little bit better odds. But why would they not have better odds of the control? I feel like, if anything, that should be their most likely game mode. I guess you could just say the counter argument to that is that FaZe is so good at control that even though it's LA's best game mode, it's also FaZe's best game mode. So I see that, but I do like that map 2 value a lot. Again, minus 165 for FaZe to beat the Thieves in search. I am all over that one. If you want to play that by itself, also probably pretty good value to play on. So, you know, put couple more dollars down, a little bit of a bigger bet on just that map happening and that going FaZe's way, because that's definitely what I see happening. But overall, I like it. They are minus 260 in the opening hardpoint, so I'm staying away from that one because that's not like they're a crazy hardpoint team. You know, they have lost their fair share of hardpoints, so definitely not staying away from that one. Honestly, LA Thieves plus 190 in the opening hardpoint is probably a decent value. I'm not going to play it, but I could see, you know, that being intriguing value for somebody. And then the control is minus 240 for FaZe, plus 180 for Thieves. Staying away from that as well. I just like that map 2 search being pretty decent odds at minus 165, and then overall minus 170 for them winning either 3-1 or 3-0. I do not see them going 5 games in this one, so I like that one as well. We'll go ahead and lock that one in. Finally, ending the night, we have Clayster going up against his old team, as we know by now, the Dallas Empire, who have they've really been up and down this stage. They got smoked by, well, actually, they came out, I think their first match of the stage was a narrow victory over the London Royal Ravens, a 3-2 win, and then a really bad 3-0 loss. They got absolutely demolished by the Toronto Ultra, and then they finally came back and had a big win of their own over the LA Gorillas. Now, I think there's some funky odds in this one just because I don't think their big win over LAG should hold as much value as I guess it looks like it is on the odds makers. So as you see, I mean, New York, the best hardpoint team in the game right now, 15-3 since the start of Stage 3, absolutely nuts. That includes their run through the winner's bracket of the major, so it's not just against bad teams. Search, they've been getting better. They were right around 500 there for a little while. I think in Stage 3 they were around 500, so they're getting better at Stage 4. That's good for them because they sort of need that extra boost beyond their hardpoint, because as you see, their control is not providing them the extra boost whatsoever. Only 3-8 at that, but on the Dallas side, I mean, they're no better at control. They got a win over the LA Gorillas, which again is not saying a whole lot, beating them in a respawn, but they were able to do it, so that's one of their 2 wins since Stage 3, and then they're 500 in the other 2 modes, so they're decent. I mean, it looks like they're coming together a little bit better with Vivin now. They're sort of blending a little bit more as a team, but they still are not quite there yet. They definitely are not the team they were to start the year, where they were a top 2 or top 3 team. So my pick for this one, again, I am going to do not a parlay. I'm going to do them separate just because that optic parlay that burned me yesterday is just in my head a little bit. I don't want to get burned again. So I am going to do New York minus 1.5 at minus 135 odds. Let me pull the odds up here just to make sure I have them right. And then I am going to take a little bet on Dallas minus 2 at Dallas map 2, the search at plus 115. And this is sort of, I guess you could call it a little bit of a hedge. My thinking here is just that I don't see Dallas winning 2 respawns. So if the New York minus 1.5 doesn't cover, basically if it goes to a map 5 or if Dallas wins, just say it goes to a map 5 and New York wins 3-2. I think the reason for that, getting to map 5, would be because Dallas won the search and maybe like the control. I cannot see them winning multiple respawns. Definitely not 2 hard points against New York. So I just feel like it's a little bit of a hedge, because if the 1.5 doesn't cover, the reason for that probably would be because Dallas did take the search and New York lost it. So that's my thinking there. I'm going into that bet thinking one of those will probably be wrong. I mean, it can definitely be right. If Dallas just wins the search and New York wins the 3 respawns, then they both hit, which is obviously my hope. But I'm just a little bit of protection there because, like I said, if that minus 1.5 does not hit, I think it will be because Dallas won the search. So that is my thinking there. That is my picks for the day. Let me know down below if you're following these, or let me know maybe you're going somewhere else. If you find some good value, I'd love to know about it. We can help each other out. It's awesome. I think the odds makers for the CDL are not quite where they should be yet. It seems like they're giving away some pretty good value in a lot of these places. and I think we should all look to capitalize on it. I mean, eventually the odds makers will get better, but for now they're probably not quite there yet. So if we can capitalize on any of this, make a little extra money, it's good for all of us. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like down below, leave a comment as well with your thoughts on the picks, on the video, or whatever else, and subscribe to the channel as well if you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos like this one from me in the future. I appreciate all of that. It means a lot to me in my quest to grow this channel. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day today. I hope you enjoy the matches, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.